Hello, my name is Kim, and in this reading, we are going to find out what it is that you can expect and or look forward to this Leo season of 2025, which begins around the 22nd of July and ends around the 23rd of August. Okay? Please select either Group 1, Group 2, or Group 3. Once you have selected your group, head on over to either the pinned comment in the comment section down below or the description box, where you can find the timestamps that will allow for you to skip ahead to your selected group. Okay, let us get started with Group 1. Your card is the King of Bows, Adder, which is the King of Wands in traditional tarot. This card is often associated with fire signs, which will be Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. So you yourself may be a fire, sun, moon, or rising signs, or you may have a lot of fire placements in your natal chart. If not, a fire, sun, moon, or rising sign person may be playing a very significant role in your life this Leo season. But seeing that the zodiac sign Leo is a fire sign, it seems like this Leo season you are very much in tune or attuned to the element of the season. You are coming through as quite fiery and passionate. You might find yourself speaking up for yourself, for others, or for a cause. Or in situations, settings, events like meetings, discussions, lectures, social gatherings, I see you participating, speaking, and or speaking up. It seems like this Leo season you're taking it upon yourself to do what is right, or to speak the truth, or to advocate for the truth, for justice. This season, there is little to no complacency coming from you. If something is unclear, you're not simply sitting back and settling with a lack of information. Instead, you are letting it be known that there needs to be clarification. So, for example, if there is missing information, you're letting it be known to others that there is missing information. If there is an error, you're letting it be known that there is an error, right? Because something else I'm getting from the King of Bows is that this season you are holding others accountable. So anything that is out of your hands, anything that is not your responsibility, you're not making it your responsibility, right? So I do see you focusing on your responsibilities, on your tasks, and taking accountability for your actions, for your responsibilities, and being very mindful and careful as to not take responsibility for other people's obligations, roles, tasks, and or actions. And if this is resonating with you, I wonder if this is something that has happened to you in the past, where you ended up doing other people's works, fixing other people's errors, and so forth. And then that resulted with you having a lot on your plate, feeling like you were juggling many, many things at once. And if so, this season, it seems like you're making it a priority to only focus on your duties, your responsibilities, and let others handle their own business. Also, this season, you won't get easily convinced or swayed by others. You're sticking to your guns. Before making any decision, choosing sides, or coming to your own conclusions, you're researching, you're gathering information, you're going within, you're listening to your own intuition, paying attention to your own instincts, rather than simply going by what others are saying or suggesting to you or advising you to do or to think. So if something doesn't feel right to you this season, you're not brushing off that feeling, you're paying attention to it. I keep thinking of work settings, professional settings. So let's say in a work setting, there is something that is concerning you, and you speak this concern to a supervisor. And your supervisor, instead of looking more into it, they kind of shrug it off or brush it away with, it's not important, it's nothing to worry about. Instead of just going along with what your supervisor said, you're sticking to your guns and looking more into what it is that is concerning you, right? This also makes me think of a school setting. Let's say there is an upcoming quiz or an exam, and you talk to your classmates and all of them say the same thing. No, I don't think the professor is going to test us on that material. So don't worry about it. Don't even review it. But something in your gut tells you that, no, you should review that material. Instead of listening to your classmates, you're going to go with what your gut is telling you, with what you feel to be true or what you feel to be right, whatever inkling you're getting. And I feel like you following your intuition or paying attention to your gut instincts, it's going to serve you well. Because although this is the King of Bows, I get a very logical vibe from this group. And so a lot of what you are intuiting, it's not just simply coming from a feeling. It's also coming from some form of evidence. Like you're seeing something with your physical eyes. You're noticing signs, hints and clues here and there that is in a way confirming what it is that you're intuitively feeling. So I feel like you will have good reasons to trust in yourself. So my advice to you is, if it feels wrong to follow along with what everybody else is doing and or saying, then trust that there is a reason for that. And go along with what you feel to be the best for you, for the situation, etc. instead. Okay? Yeah, I feel like you are someone who doesn't easily believe in gossip, or you are someone who needs proof before being persuaded of anything. And so I feel like that's going to serve you this month, this kind of logical, reasonable side of you. Because as mentioned, you won't get easily swayed and or distracted by others, what they're doing, what they're saying, or what they're trying to convince you of without much proof. And this will allow you more objectivity and better clarity to then actually spot and see the truth or the information, the evidence that is needed to get you to a solution, an answer, or to guide you to the path that will deliver you to the most benevolent or positive outcome. Yet I do feel like at some point during Leo season, things could get pretty busy, a little hectic. I wonder if there's one or more deadlines coming up during this Leo season. If so, you could find yourself in a bit of a rush to meet these deadlines, or you could find yourself a little pressured by these deadlines. Though, because this is the King of Bows, I do want to reassure you that you will be completing whatever it is that you need to complete on time. And if for whatever reason an extension is needed, an extension will be given. And I want you to know that if an extension is needed, the need for this extension is justified. Okay? I feel like a lot of you who were drawn to this group don't like to ask for extensions unless you really feel like it's necessary. And so I want to reassure you that if an extension is needed, it is because it will be necessary or it's justified. And I feel like reassuring you that you're doing an amazing job, okay? I feel like you guys are very hardworking, you're dedicated, you're focused. And sometimes if things don't go according to plan or there are delays, it's not because you did anything wrong. Remember that in a lot of situations, there's a lot of factors and variables that are at play. So it doesn't all fall on you all of the time, okay? But I feel like even if things are postponed for a later time, or if an extension is given, what needs to be completed will be completed successfully at the end. And it feels like even at the right time or the perfect time. So even if there are like extensions, it seems like everything will be delivered or completed when it was meant to be. Okay? And something you're being advised with the King of Arrows is to remember how valuable you are, how important. I feel like you guys do important work, or what you provide, what you offer is quite important. It's quite valuable. And I feel like your spirit team wants to reassure you of that, or they want to remind you of that, okay? Because maybe oftentimes you don't receive recognition for the work that you do. And that might leave you questioning whether what you do is important or it matters, if it's meaningful. And your spirit team wants you to know that it is. You not receiving recognition for this doesn't mean that it isn't, because it is. Sometimes people take a while to see the value, the importance of things, or to recognize the contribution someone else makes. So just know that your contribution is worthwhile. It is important. And I feel like you know that. If you have trouble acknowledging that at times, I feel like even though you have trouble acknowledging it because of sudden doubt, deep down you know that what you do is important, or it matters, or it's meaningful. And so pay more attention to that deep inner feeling. Yeah, and don't get caught up in all the drama. I feel like if you do work a corporate job, or if you do work with others, there could be a lot of drama at work. Usually, or maybe there will be this Leo season, and your spirit team is saying you don't have to be a part of that. You can distance yourself from that. Like sometimes I think it's helpful to know what is going on, to be in the know-how, right? Because it's information, yet you don't have to get fully involved or invested in all of this, because that could just end up distracting you and taking a lot of your time, and most importantly, taking away from your energy, which you could be utilizing for other things that will end up serving you a lot better. So just something to consider. And your spirit team is saying, let them work it out themselves. Let them work it out on their own. They got themselves in that mess. Let them figure their way out of that mess. Yeah, I don't know what that may be about, but the way that it's coming through is this is a lesson for them, right? So I know sometimes we want to intervene and to help and solve other people's problems for them, but oftentimes when we do that, we are preventing that very person from learning a very valuable lesson. So it's okay to help, but I feel like your spirit team is saying, help in a way that does not intervene or interfere with others learning a lesson or realizing that they can help themselves out, or that they have the answer. They have the tools, the capability, the know-how to solve the problems that they are facing themselves. Yeah, because I feel with the King of Adders, you're coming through as a leader. You could be someone who often finds yourself taking on this leadership role, or kind of being the spokesperson for a group, and or the defender, the protector. So this season, you could feel this inclination or this pull to lead in a way. And your spirit team is saying it is okay for you to lead and be a leader, yet be very, very careful with taking on all the responsibility. And the advice for this season is, if you have time to spare, time after work, time after school, please dedicate that time to you, to things that you love to do, to things that are unrelated to work, to school, to obligations and our responsibilities. I feel like your spirit team is really advising you to take some time to unwind this Leo season, okay? And make this a day-to-day practice. Make this part of your day-to-day routine. Make this a daily ritual. Okay, you deserve a little break. You deserve a little me time. It's okay for you to have fun. It's okay for you to enjoy yourself, okay? But that is all that is coming through. I'm just going to draw out one oracle card to receive any last messages, advice, and or guidance for you. Okay, and your card is love or embarrassment. A rose blooms in the hot sun. The blooming rose symbolizes love. The beating sun symbolizes exposure and embarrassment. You may be feeling energized by opening your heart, or you may be contending with feelings of shame and vulnerability. Trust in yourself and listen to your intuition. I'm being reminded of a quote said by the character Albus Dumbledore in the movie Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Yes, I believe it was the first movie, which goes something along the lines of, it takes great courage to stand up to your enemies, but even greater courage to stand up to your friends. Right? So oftentimes it's not easy to stand up for oneself and or to be the voice of reason and or to not jump onto any bandwagon. Oftentimes it takes courage to lead instead of follow, because it can be a little uncomfortable to speak up, to voice the unpopular opinion, or to stand out from the crowd by doing the opposite of what everybody else is doing. Yet, even though it is uncomfortable, oftentimes it is needed. And so don't let feelings of discomfort or embarrassment keep you from doing what you feel to be true, or what you feel or you know in your heart of hearts is the right thing to do. Maybe for you alone, or based on the evidence that you are seeing is the right thing to do in a situation, right? So stay true to you, and as mentioned, listen to your intuition this Leo season. And some of you could actually be allowing yourself a little bit more vulnerability this season as well, because with love or embarrassment, I do see a lot of you opening up, being more expressive, speaking more openly about what it is that you feel, if something is making you feel uncomfortable, or when you actually like something, right? So for those of you who are in a romantic relationship or partnership, this season you will find yourself letting your partner know what feels right to you, what you like, what you want to see more of or experience more of. For those of you who are intimate, physically intimate, you could be more outspoken about what you like as well as what you don't like in terms to physical intimacy. You could be a little bit more outspoken or maybe even vocal in the bedroom. I am sensing a partner feeling very grateful and thankful for their significant other's openness and honesty, because Now they feel like they understand their significant other a little bit better, and that they can start communicating more openly with their significant other as well. So this transparency and vulnerability can open a new door in your relationship. And for some, this door could be the door of open communication. For others, it could be emotional vulnerability and so forth. Because, with this flower here, it's making me think how as a flower blooms, it reveals new petals. So it's like your relationship is revealing new aspects of itself. And as it does, your relationship becomes more intricate, more profound in a way. And this makes me think of a relationship deepening. So that could be the case for a lot of you. And I'm sensing so much gratitude. Like someone is feeling very, very grateful for another's ability or willingness to openly communicate, to speak up, to be honest, sincere, and or vulnerable. Yeah, because right now what I'm hearing in my mind is someone saying, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for confiding in me. Thank you for trusting me with that. So that could be the response some of you will be experiencing from a significant other. Or it could be you who will be very thankful to another for confiding something very intimate with you. And actually, I am seeing a couple of messages coming through for those of you who are currently single or who are romantically seeing or dating someone. If you are single, it's very likely that this season someone will be approaching you with romantic intentions or with a romantic offer. So you could be asked out or confessed to, flirted with by someone who either has feelings for you, has a crush on you, is very, very attracted to you, or finds you quite attractive. Now, something else I'm seeing is that this season, you could end up confessing to someone that you either have a crush on or you want to develop your relationship with them further. Or you could be going up to someone who you find very attractive, like initiating a conversation with them, complimenting them, flirting with them, or asking them out. Yeah, because I am seeing something like someone making a move on the other. So it could be you making a move on someone or someone making a move on you. And it feels like whoever is making a move is or will be garnering a lot of courage to do so. Like they know or they are aware or they feel like by them making a move, they are risking it somehow, like risking getting rejected. Because I hear someone thinking to themselves, the likelihood of them saying yes or actually being interested in me or what I have to offer are probably very low, yet I cannot not go up to that person. I cannot just let this opportunity of speaking with this person or confessing to them pass by. I need to. So I will. Even if it means getting rejected. I'm willing to risk it. This person is worth it. It's that kind of vibe. Yeah, so this season you may be confessed to, or it may be you confessing or asking somebody out, or possibly flirting with someone. And from this act of courage, something beautiful may flourish, like a beautiful relationship or a beautiful romance. But yeah, with the sun here, more fiery, passionate energy. So yeah, you're coming through as quite fiery and passionate. So you could be feeling your feels quite intensely during this Leo season, and you're showing it. Because I don't see you holding anything in this Leo season. I see you expressing yourself and or letting it out, but in a very healthy way. So if you find yourself venting, like I said, I see this being a healthy form of venting, a method you are using during this Leo season to release, to let go, to cleanse. And so you could be venting to loved ones, people who you feel safe with to open up to. Because I do see you venting in the privacy of your home, or venting to someone outside of work, someone outside of school, perhaps. Right? So this is not like you having a explosive emotional reaction in the moment. The expression, there's a time and place for everything, is coming to mind. So I do see you having situational awareness during this Leo season. And I do feel like there will definitely be at least one person in your life who is going to be very open and willing to hearing you out and just letting you vent. So some of your loved ones could be getting quite an earful at some point during Leo season. Because I also do see you being quite chatty or having a lot to say during this time. Okay, but let's see. The zodiac signs Libra and fire signs could be of significance. The color blue or blue flowers or roses could be important. Snakes could also be an important animal. Maybe a spirit or power animal of yours. Someone could have a snake tattoo, or someone could have been born in the year of the snake, and if so, this is serving as a confirmation. All of a sudden I thought of the number 777. So the number 7 could be of significance, or the angel number 777, or repeated sevens. The number 7 is often associated with spirituality, but whenever I see 777, I think of a good omen, an indicator of luck. So you could be feeling pretty lucky at some point during Leo season, especially lucky in terms to your relationships, lucky to have certain people on your side or in your life. Yeah, because I definitely see some people having your back this season, and you're noticing that, you're realizing that, or you're feeling very grateful for that during this time. I just heard 3 is a crowd, so the number 3 could be of significance, or you could be spending a lot of time with 2 other people or 3 other people. Yeah, but these are all the messages that are coming through for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance and clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you are new to this channel and you wish to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is on my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. To all of you who took the time to watch the advertisements or just let them play in the background, thank you so much for that, since that is the simplest way to support me and to support this growing channel. So if you did, I truly do appreciate it. And before I sign off, I want to give a thanks to my spirit team and your spirit team for assisting me with delivering these messages to you. And I'm wishing you and your loved ones a wonderful Leo season. And until the next moment, bye-bye. If you were drawn to group 2, your card is the Green Woman, which is the Empress in traditional tarot. This card is associated with the zodiac signs Libra and Taurus, so you yourself may be a Libra or Taurus sun, moon, or rising sign, or someone who is a Libra or Taurus sun, moon, or rising sign may be playing a significant role in your life during this Leo season. Yet the Green Woman represents fertility, growth, creation, creativity, beauty, nurture, harmony, and motherhood. So this Leo season, expect yourselves to be pretty creative and or inspired to create. I see you brewing with ideas during this Leo season. So at some point, you may have a lot of ideas of what it is that you want to create, start working on, or developing. And because you will have so many ideas coming to you at once, you might feel a little divided, not knowing exactly where to start or what to start with. I am sensing a lot of enthusiasm coming from the Green Woman, so I do see you being quite excited and ready, eager to start working, start creating, start developing. I see you quite excited by your ideas or the ideas that you are receiving, possibly even channeling, because I do see a lot of you receiving a lot of downloads during this Leo season, meaning A lot of the ideas coming to you could be ideas coming from your higher self, your spirit team, or from the divine source, however it is that you want to look at it or it resonates the most with you. And I do see you planning quite a bit. So I do see you taking the time to thoroughly think about how you're going to execute an idea of yours, how you're going to develop a project that you've been thinking about starting. So if you are someone who enjoys journaling or you like to write down your thoughts, do like a little timeline or a to-do list or a little map. I'm thinking of like a bubble map or even like a Venn diagram to help you come up with a step-by-step process of what it is that you want to do and or develop. Then I do see you filling up quite a few notebooks or having quite a bit of material by the end of Leo season. And if you are not someone who tends to do any of this, you could find yourself inspired to grab a pen or a pencil and a notebook and start writing down all the ideas that are coming to you. Because I do see you being quite proud of them. I do see you feeling quite excited about them. So you will be seeing or noticing the potential of these ideas of yours. The word or expression gold nuggets is coming to mind. So you will see these ideas as gold nuggets, as something valuable. So although I do see a lot of planning, there will also be some executing. So I do see you working on some projects throughout this time while still planning for future projects. Because I do see you having made up your mind during this Leo season that you will work on, develop, and or complete the projects that you have thought of or planned out during this Leo season. I see you pretty determined. Yeah, so a lot of you could actually be planning out not only what you will be doing this Leo season, but also what you will be doing in the coming seasons. Maybe planning out what you will be working on for the next 3 months. So I see you being on your A game. And the most important thing is that you're enjoying this. You're enjoying working, creating, planning. And the green woman also makes me think of good health. So your health might be improving substantially during this Leo season, or you yourself will be feeling a lot healthier in mind, body, and spirit, as well as soul. Your eating habits or your diet could be changing slightly during this time in a way that is conducive to your well-being, to the improvement of your physical health. And these changes are going to be happening very organically and naturally. So as an example, let's say someone loves drinking coffee and they drink coffee every day. Yet during this Leo season, they find themselves reaching out for tea instead of coffee. And it's not like they're forcing themselves to stop drinking coffee and drink tea instead. No, they're drinking tea because that's what they're craving or that's what they feel in the mood for. And so it is easier for them to reach out for tea instead of coffee because they're just going with the flow. They're just following whatever it is that they're leaning towards to. And I feel like this will also apply in terms to your interests, your preferences, or hobbies, right? So the things that you are normally drawn to, you could feel less drawn to them. And whatever it is that you're feeling less drawn to will be things that at this moment are not really aligning with you. Or maybe for a while they haven't been aligning with you. Maybe for a while they have been negatively affecting you in some way, or they just haven't been sitting right with you. So you could be experiencing a bit of a shift during this Leo season because with the green woman, this is letting me know that during this time, you are aligning with that which is of your highest good. You are upgrading, up-leveling in some kind of way. The green woman makes me think of someone who is living a very healthy or healthier lifestyle, who has habits that are conducive to their overall well-being. So if you've been working on creating habits, healthier habits, I feel like during this Leo season, you're following through with these habits with ease. Yet in general, I feel like whether you have been consciously and actively doing your bestest to create healthy or healthier habits, this Leo season, you are enabling healthy tendencies. You are doing what's best for you without much problem. It's how it's coming through. Yeah, because even the milk here that's in the cauldron is making me think of getting all of your vitamins, getting all of your necessary minerals. Like, you're doing pretty good when it comes to taking care of your body, taking care of yourself, especially taking care of your mental and emotional well-being during this time. And like I said, you're doing so with a lot of ease. So during this Leo season, you could be paying very well attention to your body, what your body needs, what it feels comfortable with, what it dislikes. And that is helping you with aligning with that which is healthy for your physical body, and or creating or establishing or maintaining healthy habits. And the green woman does make me think of a natural glow. So during this season, I see you glowing, being quite radiant. So you could be receiving quite a few compliments during this Leo season about your physique, your beauty, or your natural glow. Or you could be receiving a few comments about how you look a little different, or you feel a little different, like your energy feels a little different, or there's something different about you. And if people do make a remark about you looking or feeling a little different, the difference that they are noticing is in your energy, it's in your demeanor. Because during the season, you will be with a lot more energy. And as mentioned before, I do see you feeling and being a lot healthier during this time. And that's going to be very apparent to others. And it's going to be very apparent to you as well. Most importantly, to you, it's going to be apparent in the way that you feel, how much more energy you have, and how much lighter your energy feels during this time. Lighter and empowered is how it's coming through. Because I do see you feeling ready to go, ready to start, ready to do. And it's all very exciting to you. And you could be receiving a lot of inspiration from your surroundings. I do see you being pretty inspired by what it is that you're seeing in your day-to-day, by your environment, by the sceneries that you are viewing, by films that you are watching, music you're listening to, books you are reading, art that you are consuming, and so forth. And I do see you feeling quite connected to your spirit guides, your spirit team, your higher self, to the divine, to source, to the elements, nature during this time as well. The green woman is making me think of ease. It's like you will be stepping into this ease during Leo season, like things are coming easy to you, or you're not really struggling much with coming up with ideas, coming up with solutions, with connecting with your intuition, connecting with your higher self, connecting with your spirit team, connecting with energy, feeling energy, like it's all coming very easy and naturally to you during this time. You could be feeling quite in tuned or attuned to the energy around you, to source, to Mother Gaia especially, because I do see you feeling or being very connected with nature or the elements during this time. I do see some of you working with the elements or with elemental spirits during Leo season. Or a lot of you could be realizing or becoming aware of your connection to the elements, nature, or I'm not sure how to refer to it as, but how it's coming through is elemental spirits or deities, the elemental world, something along those lines. You could also be having this thirst for knowledge. During this time, you could be feeling, the word greedy came to mind, but it makes me think of someone who is needing to inform themselves or needing to learn, needing to acquire new and or more information. So you could be feeling quite drawn to literature, to books. You could be watching quite a few documentaries, listening, or watching educational content is how it's coming through. You could be doing a little bit of self-studying or self-learning during this Leo season as well. And I do see something about you resuming or picking up something that you left behind or set down a while back. And this could be projects, or this could be classes, lessons, subjects, topics that maybe you were learning more about at some point in the past, but then you kind of left it for whatever reason. This season, you could be feeling quite inspired to go back to it, pick it up again, or resume, finish it, continue with it, something along those lines. And I do see you, I will say, during this time, you will be feeling quite in tuned or connected with your inner feminine or femininity. And remember, we all have both masculine and feminine energies within us, regardless of our sex or gender identity. So because of this, I do see you feeling quite connected with your physical body, your physical vessel. There's something here about sensuality. So you could be feeling quite sensual throughout this time, or if not sensual, you could be experiencing a lot of pleasure and gratification via your senses. So your senses, your 5 senses will be quite sharp during this time. Smells, sounds, texture, color, all of that is going to bring you much pleasure, or it's going to be very obvious to you during this time. So you could be feeling quite drawn to things that provide or emit pleasant scents, like scented candles, perfumes, colognes, oils, flowers, herbs, spices. So some of you could literally be quite drawn to teas during this time, but you could also be paying more attention to the texture of things, like the texture of your clothes. You could feel more drawn to certain textures, certain colors. I see you being drawn to beauty, to what you find to be beautiful or what you see as beautiful. So you could also be focusing a lot on aesthetics during this time, making sure that your environment, your setting is pleasing to you, pleasing to your senses. You could be all about creating an ambience during this time, or you will find that, the setting of things, ambience, will make it or break it for you. Like if you are in a nice setting, or in a setting that you deem to be nice or is pleasant to your senses, you may find yourself feeling or being a lot more energetic, being a lot more inspired to create, feeling a little bit more uplifted, versus if you were in a setting that wasn't really pleasing to your senses. You will notice how that will affect your mood or your energy levels, even your mental state, where you might not be feeling as energetic, you might be feeling a bit grouchy, you might have trouble focusing or staying on task, that sort of thing. I also do see you taking the time to curate, that's the word that came to mind, your wardrobe, or to select like an outfit of the day. I see you paying a little bit more attention to your person and to how you dress yourself and how you get ready for the day or for the evening or for the night, and taking much pleasure and pride in that. Like it doesn't feel like a waste of time. It feels like something constructive to you, something necessary. And it might be feeling this way to you because you will be noticing how this does impact you, right? Maybe for some, dressing nice or dressing in a certain way that you like, that you feel comfortable in, does have a positive impact in your mood. And even in your resolve is how it's coming through, your determination, your willingness maybe to take on the day or take on the world or take on a project or get out there. I also do see you paying a little bit more attention to personal hygiene, your personal hygiene. And I want to clarify once more that all of which I have mentioned are things that you will be feeling drawn and called to do, right? It's not things that you're forcing yourself to pay attention to or pay more attention to. Like, these are things that are coming very naturally to you. Like, you're taking pleasure and joy in focusing on these things or paying a little bit more attention on these things. Like getting ready for the day or pampering yourself, taking care of yourself. And because the Green Woman is all about fertility, I do want to give a heads up for those of you who are sexually active that if you are not interested in conceiving during this time, to please protect yourself or use protection if you're planning to be sexually active, because there's a high likelihood or chance of getting pregnant. So just a heads up. And with that being said, I also do see Leo season being a very fertile season for you guys, in the sense of during this time could be the perfect time to start planting seeds. Like I said, to start planning, to start envisioning, maybe setting intentions, manifesting. If some of you love to do manifesting rituals, or you have some kind of rituals that you do in order to attract or set your mind on achieving a goal, something along those lines, get the momentum going, then this will be the perfect time to do those rituals or focus on that which you want. Maybe create those vision boards if you are someone who loves creating vision boards, or making affirmations, scripting, journaling, that sort of thing. This will be the perfect time to do so. Yeah, and I feel like if you have been working on projects for a while, then this Leo season, you could be completing some of those projects or revising them, editing them, looking them over, kind of preparing to wrap them up at some point during the next season. And because I did mention planting seeds and I did speak about habits and tendencies, if you are wanting to create or start new habits, this will also be the perfect time to start doing that. Because like I said, things are coming to you a lot easier. Yeah, this is the perfect time to work with yourself and apply yourself and start moving in the direction of where you want to go, and also living in the way that you want to be living, or you see yourself living in the near future. Yeah, so for those of you who are of the female sex, you could be visiting the gynecologist during this time, or in general, regardless of your sex or gender identity. If you are due for a physical checkup, then you could be making an appointment to get a physical checkup done during Leo season, or you're being let known to look into that. Because remember, this is a time to look after yourself, check in with yourself, and attend to your basic needs as well as the needs of your physical body. Yeah, because the feeling I get from the Green Woman is we're getting things in order. Yeah, so again, if you've been due for some checkups, then you could be like attending to them during this Leo season. Because I do see you with a lot more energy to do things, get things done, get things checked off your to-do list, that sort of thing. So the advice is take advantage of this energy, right? With the milk here, it's making me think of the expression, milk it. Utilize it for your highest good. Okay, but now I'm just going to draw out one extra oracle card to get any last messages, advice, and guidance. There's something here about skin and hydrating. Maybe keeping your skin hydrated, dewy, or this could be about you making sure that you stay hydrated. Maybe you will be eating foods that are very hydrating, or that do a better job of hydrating you. maybe hydrating your skin, or you're being advised to look more into that maybe. If you suffer from like dry skin, or if you often forget to drink water, that sort of thing. Okay, and we have communication with Gemini, material, and the key phrase. A message in a bottle travels by sea, and the message, your words and ideas reach further than you may know. We are all connected, and the way we express our thoughts can have influence on others. Open the channel of communication and exchange ideas with respect, kindness, and love. Interesting, because actually the third house, the number 3, the third house in astrology is the house of communications. So yeah, it seems like, as mentioned before, you are going to be receiving a lot of downloads. You are going to be getting a lot of ideas that could definitely be coming from spirit. So I see something like you channeling ideas from the divine, from your higher self. You could also be channeling messages coming from others. The higher self of others is what is coming through. So, I see a lot of you collaborating during Leo season. And it's quite interesting because I feel like these collaborations are going to begin before you even become fully aware that you are or you will be collaborating with someone. Because as an example, let's say person A receives an idea about a project and they start planning for how they're going to develop this project, or they start working on it. Yet this is a project that someone else, let's say person B, has already begun working on, right? And the only reason person A also received an idea about the same project is because at some point, person B is going to realize that they need to collaborate with someone in order to bring this project to completion or bring it to life. So maybe person B was the one who set out this intention for a collaborator, and then person A's higher self received the memo and accepted it. And that's when they sent out that idea into person A's head. Right? I hope that makes sense. So you might find during this Leo season that things just fall into place, like sort of as if they were pre-planned. And it is because they were in a way pre-planned, but it's more like because you were very in tune with the energy. You were very much in the flow. You were not resisting. So it's easier for you to receive the messages. It's easier for you to connect with maybe the higher self of others and to collaborate in this way, right, where you're able to connect on an energy level before you even connect in the physical 3D, something along those lines. And so that's why you might feel like things are falling into place. Like, you know, you're working on a project and you realize you maybe need the assistance of someone who is more experienced in something in specific, and then not soon after you find that specific person, or you come in contact with them, or they reach out to you, and it's like, hey, you're the person I wanted to see, you're the person I've been looking for, you're the one I want to work with, that sort of thing. Yeah, because the number 3 is also a number of collaboration and teamwork. So you could also be bumping into people who share the same vision as you, or who are eager and excited about the same things as you are, or who are in the same field of work, field of study as you are. But I also feel with the Empress that you're being let known to not ignore your ideas, not ignore what you feel inspired to create, what you feel inspired to share, because a lot of that which you are feeling inspired to create or to share are things that maybe others need right now. This might sound a little bit cheesy, but remember, you could be the answer to somebody's prayer. Something that you say, something that you share could be the consolation that someone who is going through a difficult time needs at this moment. Like if you're an artist, the work of art that you post online or that you share with the public could be the work of art that inspires somebody to start pursuing their own dreams or uplifts somebody who is feeling down at this moment. So I feel like your spirit team is saying, do not dim your light, shine your light, and create from a space of love. Because that loving energy will be channeled into your work, and it will be felt by those who come in contact with your work, and it could do and it will do a lot of good. So create from a space of love, enjoy and fun and play and wonder, and see so much beauty grow from that. Also, as mentioned previously, this time you definitely will be connecting with spirit. I wonder if some of you are channelers, mediums, intuitives, if you channel messages for others, because I do see you channeling quite a bit during this time. It could be for others, but it could also be channeling messages for you. I also see you working with energy, alchemizing, transmuting energy. I'm being shown someone kind of molding something. So you could be molding energy or just transforming energy during this time. So as mentioned, this could be the perfect time to manifest, to attract, to create vision boards, to envision, to visualize, set intentions, and so forth. I wonder if some of you are into like spell work, if you make incantations, potions. Yeah, because if you do, I do see you focused on your craft during this Leo season, spending quite a bit of time on your craft. But others of you could be getting into like herbology, holistic medicine, or apothecary, or maybe witchcraft. And if you work in a field of communications or where you do have to speak or share your thoughts quite a bit, you will be doing quite well during this Leo season. What you have to say will be received well, or it will be very helpful. It will enlighten a lot of people, be very informative, or it will be quite digestible, right? So maybe you are someone who breaks things down, like very difficult topics for others. So some of you could be teachers. And if so, it seems like the format, your style, your delivery, it's going to be very digestible. Like people will be able to understand it quite easily. A lot of people could be learning a lot from you during this time if you choose to share your knowledge, your wisdom, or you choose to help others, teach others. And I also see a lot of people receiving a lot of help from you via your communication, via your messages, and your words. Your translations is also what is coming through. So I wonder if some of you like interpret things, like maybe interpret the cards, like tarot cards, oracle cards, or maybe you are an interpreter, maybe you are a translator. I wonder if some of you have synesthesia, because I also see something like interpreting music through colors, or kind of offering the world or others a different look, a different perspective into something. Like seeing music instead of just hearing it, tasting color instead of just seeing it, something along those lines. Yeah, it's like you're offering a window or a lens or a new perspective into something or of something. Yeah, so just keep on going, keep on doing you. Create from a space of joy, love, and fun. and you'll be alright. You'll be alright during this Leo season. A message in a bottle could be an important symbol or sign. You could be receiving a message, an important message during this time. Quite a few, actually. A lot of people could be reaching out to you to collaborate, or maybe just one person, but this is going to be very exciting. You receiving this message of collaboration. Others, so you could be receiving a letter or a reply, maybe that's been overdue, long overdue, or maybe that you were expecting at some point, but then seeing that it wasn't coming, you kind of forgot about it, and now it's finally coming your way, or it's reaching you. Yeah, and this message could be coming from overseas. So someone from overseas could be reaching out to you, or a message or a package has traveled far to get to you. Or what else is coming through is that something that you have been inquiring to the universe, something that you've been wanting info about or confirmation of, you're getting it this Leo season. So let's say if you've been asking the universe for a yes or no, or for more information on something for a while now, and still you feel like no response, you haven't received that which you've been looking for, it feels like this Leo season you will be getting it, and it's because it's time now. It's time for you to receive the message. It's time for you to know. It's time for the message to come out of the bottle. And if you are someone who is in social media, who posts things, who shares things online, during this Leo season, your message, your content is going to be reaching a larger audience. Or your spirit team wants to confirm to you that your message is reaching people. It's reaching the people who are meant to see your content, see your work, or receive your message. Yeah, but I definitely feel like for those of you who are on social media, or you post things online, you will be reaching a larger audience. Your message, your work, or content is traveling far and wide. The love is spreading is how it's coming through as well. Taurus, Libra, and Gemini could be of significance. The number 3 as well could be important. Maybe you have been seeing a lot of repeated 3s, the angel number 333, or the number 3 quite frequently, and if so, this is serving as a confirmation that these messages are meant for you. And remember, the 3 in and of itself can speak of growth, expansion, creativity, creation, and as we are seeing here in your spread, it can also represent communication. So just something to keep in mind when you do end up seeing the number 3, repeated 3s, or the angel number 333. And also know that you will be receiving and are seeing a lot of signs and experiencing quite a few synchronicities, because your spirit team, spirit guides, angels, angelic beings, if you resonate and or believe in them, they will be quite communicative during this time. So they will be sending you a lot of signs or messages. So something to look out for. If you connect with Fae, you will also be receiving a lot of guidance, messages, or signs from them. Okay, but that last message might be for a select few of you. But yes, these are all the messages coming through for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you are new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching until the very end. And to all of you who took the time to watch the advertisements, thank you so much for that, since that is the simplest way to support me and to support this growing channel. So if you did, I truly do appreciate it. And before I sign off, I want to give a thanks to my spirit team, your spirit team, as well as your higher self, and any other being of light who came through for assisting me with delivering these messages to you. And I'm wishing you and your loved ones a wonderful Leo season, and on to the next moment. Bye-bye. If you were drawn to group 3, your cards are the Shaman, which is the Magician in traditional tarot, as well as the 5 of Bows, Empowerment, which is the 5 of Wands in traditional tarot. So first and foremost, the number 15 or 51, or the numbers 1 and 5, could be of significance. The year 2015 could have been quite important or pivotal for some of you guys. Yet, the number 1 indicates new beginnings. It's also a number that is often associated with leaders, leadership, and assertion. And the number 5 is often indicative of massive change, unexpected change and transformation. And I just realized that I need to censor this illustration here. So I feel like this Leo season, you could be going through or undergoing a massive transformation and or shift in your life or within yourself. Though I will say with the 5 of Bows, there seems to be a little bit of inner turmoil, inner conflict going on. It almost seems as if you sense or you will sense that change is afoot. And instead of just going with it or allowing for change to do its thing, you might find yourself pushing against change, resisting it. And this could be for multiple reasons. If this is resonating with you guys, one of them could be maybe you're not very fond of change. Maybe you don't like change, or you're just having trouble with letting go of what is familiar to you, of what you have become accustomed to, possibly even comfortable with. But it almost feels like this resistance is happening on a subconscious level. It's making me think of withdrawal symptoms. When the body has become so accustomed to a substance that when the body stops receiving that substance, it kind of begins fighting, screaming and shouting in its own way to receive the substance that it has become accustomed to. Because without it, things feel a little bit weird, a little bit off. And so even though, let's say in this case, the substance is not good for the body's not really paying attention to that. The body's just fighting for that which is familiar to it, that which it has become accustomed to. And so it might take a while for the body to adjust to it being without the substance that isn't good for it in the first place. And I don't know why, but in my mind, what I keep hearing is the expression adjusting to a new setting. So it almost feels like you're switching to a new setting. Maybe your energy is switching to a new frequency, and it's taking a little bit of time and maybe even effort for you to adjust to this new setting. Even if this new setting is good for you, even if it does end up feeling better for you at the end of it all, at the end of the day, it's still taking a little bit of time for you to adjust simply because it's new, it's different, it's maybe unfamiliar. And so I see there being a little bit of like back and forth going on during this Leo season, where you could find that you are a bit at an odds with yourself or with how things are starting to unfold or are unfolding in your life. Because I am sensing a little bit of frustration. Yet I also feel that although you might be resisting these changes, there is still, or there will still be a part of you that realizes that these changes are good. There's still a part of you that wants these changes to happen. I'm getting a bit of like a sulky mood or vibe coming through here, like that of someone who's having trouble accepting that they like something or that they want something. Because what I'm hearing in my mind is someone going, I do like it, but I don't want everybody else to know that I like it, because I've been saying to them that I don't like it for the longest time. And I don't want to admit that I like it when I've said that I don't like it. So I will say, I don't know what this is really about. I don't know if some of you are quite aware of what it is that I'm talking about. If, for example, you know that there is something that you need to let go of, but you're kind of resisting letting go of this, even if you know that you need to let go of it because it's maybe no good for you, or if you know that there is something that you need to start focusing on, but you're kind of resisting focusing on this thing because maybe pride is getting in the way, or just something is not allowing for you to be honest with yourself about what you actually want or what you're actually feeling called to focus on. It's a little peculiar, I will say, though. I feel like even though there might be this bit of a tug of war going on during Leo season, at some point during Leo season, you are going to stop resisting and, in a way, surrender to that which is of your highest good. You know what this is kind of reminding me of? The energy of someone who is playing hard to get. It's a bit like that. Like, yes, I was going to do that. I was going to say yes. I just wanted to play hard to get for a little while, but I was going to say yes all along. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. So that's why I sense that at some point during Leo season, you are going to stop resisting, because I feel like from the very beginning, you didn't want to resist. It's just a part of you was resisting because, as mentioned before, maybe it was having trouble letting go of something or adjusting to something new, or maybe it has something to do with pride or the ego getting in the way. But I feel like you will end up adjusting to the new, or settling into the new, kind of accepting or going along with the changes that you are experiencing within, or that you're starting to see in your life. And once you surrender, or once you stop resisting, things will fall into place almost seamlessly. Because the shaman makes me think of someone who fits right in, someone who gets the hang of something pretty quickly, as if they were born for this very thing. They're a natural. And so, as mentioned, once there is no more resistance, you will integrate into the new energy with so much ease, to the point where you might feel like you've been in this new energy for a while now, because it's going to feel so good, or you're going to get the hang of it pretty quickly, or you're going to feel right at home in it. Because the shaman is all about mastery, it's about discipline, someone who knows their craft. And so I wonder if there is something that you guys are quite good at, but you kind of been resisting looking more into it or focusing on it for whatever reason. And this season, you're just going for it. You're working on it, delving into it, and you're doing a pretty damn good job with it. I don't know why all of a sudden I was reminded of Simba from The Lion King. You know, Simba refused to reprise his role as the king, the leader, and Simba was constantly at war with himself. But then, as soon as he makes up his mind to go back home and to reprise his role as the king, it's like he fits right in. It's like he never left, and it's because he was always meant to be a king. He was born to be the king. And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. It's like you were refusing, or you were resisting to adjust to something or to take something on, but then the minute that you, in a way, give in, surrender, stop resisting, things seem to fall into place. It's as if you're coming back home, or it's as if you're settling on your throne. It feels like that. And the Five of Bows often indicates competition. So with the shaman, if you are in a very competitive field, or if you are competing, or you are in an environment where there is a lot of competition, like people are always on each other's neck, they're always trying to up one the other, or if you are in a field or line of work that is very saturated, it's very crowded, like a lot of people are doing the same thing, and there's a lot of people trying to be at the forefront or trying to lead, something along those lines. This Leo season, you're standing out from the crowd. You are dominating. The expression that came to mind is dominating the charts, or you are in the lead. You're doing quite well. You're doing quite well for yourself. And now it's making me think of someone who is maybe on hiatus for a while, and then they make an incredible comeback and they're just right back on track. It's like they never left. So I wonder if for some that could be the case, where maybe you took a break from something or you disappeared for a while, and then this Leo season you're making a comeback, and it's almost as if you never left because you're reprising your role. You're once again ahead of the game, even after having taken a break, or even after being or going on a hiatus for a while. It's almost as if you guys are on a different lead from the rest. But as mentioned, for others of you, it could be the case where maybe you are starting something new, like you're stepping into a new energy, you're stepping into something new. And although this is new to you and you might take a little bit to adjust to the new, it doesn't take you that long to get the hang of it, to get the hang of whatever this new energy has to offer you. And so that could take other people by surprise. It could even take you a little bit by surprise, how quickly something comes to you, or how quickly you get the hang of something after adjusting, or how quickly you rise, right? Or you level up. Just as an example, let's say someone is adjusting to a new job position or a new work environment because they just left an old job. And throughout this whole transition of moving from their old job to their new job, they kind of struggled a bit because there was some resistance, because maybe the person was still grieving or mourning their previous job. But then after they do adjust to the new job, or allow themselves to adjust to their new job or to their new job position, they find themselves getting the hang of things pretty quickly in this new work environment. And they find themselves doing better than they were doing in their previous job. And in this new job, they are growing or leveling up. Maybe they're being promoted a lot faster than they ever were in their previous job. It's like you were meant to excel in whatever it is that you're stepping into, or whatever it is that you were resisting. Because we do have this word here, empowerment. And so I do see you feeling quite empowered by whatever it is that you will end up focusing on throughout or for the rest of Leo season. So I feel like the advice for this season is to trust in your abilities and trust in your skills. And don't let any minor inconveniences or complications get in your way of your progress, your growth. Because this Leo season, there will be so much opportunity for growth. This could be personal growth, yet for a lot of you, I feel like this will be growth in terms to you as a professional, you as a craftsman, you as a creative, a creator, as an artist, as an academic, etc. Also, you're being advised to not let ego or pride get in the way of your growth as well. Utilize your ingenuity, your creativity, your critical thinking this season. Allow yourself to see things from a more objective perspective and even higher perspective during Leo season. Because only through you allowing yourself to be open-minded and objective will you be able to see the possibilities that are being laid ahead of you and see the entries or the exits that are being presented to you. Only then will you be able to really reap the rewards and or make the best out of what this Leo season is offering you. This Leo season, it's really about you utilizing your skills. It's really about you utilizing the tools that have been given to you. Much of what you have been learning and are preparing for, you can utilize, implement during this Leo season to find solutions, grow, and or to succeed, to come out on top, be victorious. Because this season, it is your unique skills and talents that will lead you to, let's say, greatness. And it is your acceptance of your unique talents and skills, and maybe even your unique way of approaching life for certain situations, that is going to reap you a lot of positive rewards. So don't be afraid of change this season, and permit yourself to see things from a different angle, right? With the Magician, you are being advised to use your creativity or allow yourself to be a little bit creative during this time. Don't get so caught up on doing things one way. For some of you, you are being advised to not let your stubbornness get in the way. Being stubborn can serve a lot of good at times, yet at other times it can really hold us back. So if you're being stubborn because of pride or of a wounded ego, be very careful with that, because you could be holding yourself back if you choose to go that route. And I did mention how this season you will be coming out on top, or you will be standing out from the crowd. And I do want to clarify that this will be made possible through you utilizing your own unique talents and or skills, as well as staying focused, right? Focusing on you improving your own skills, learning your own lessons and so forth, instead of focusing on what others are doing, because that might end up distracting you. So in actuality, I do think that this season you might be really invested in your own work, in you growing as an individual, you growing as a professional, as a creator or an academic. And because of that, you will be seeing a lot of growth, and you could even be cracking something, like cracking a code or coming up with something new, or you will end up having a lot of fun. I do see you enjoying your time, producing something or bettering your skills or focusing on your own tasks. And if you are someone who tends to compare yourself to others, or you are someone who is highly competitive, and because of that, you end up kicking yourself when you are, in your perspective, falling behind, or when somebody else is excelling at something that you are working on, then this way of going about things could be the very thing that was, or maybe is, creating resistance, is the very thing that is not allowing for you to flow and possibly embrace or step into the new energy that is unfolding or unfurling for you. Right? Because when we get so caught up on what we think didn't go right, or on our so-called shortcomings and so forth, we don't invest that much time on improving and or on focusing on the here and now to see what it is that we can work on and work with in order to see actual progress, or in order to enjoy our time and ourselves as we are learning, as we are growing. And we also miss out on opportunities, right? Opportunities to step into something new, explore something new, and as mentioned already several times, grow. So that's just something to consider for this Leo season. But with the shaman here, I do feel like you will be stepping into your power. And like I said, I do see you enjoying something or getting the hang of something fairly quickly. So I think your spirit team wants to just reassure you that you've got this. The ball is in your court. If you want to succeed, you definitely can. If you want to stand out in a positive way, then you definitely can. All you need is to stay true to you, focus on you, and utilize your skills, your knowledge, possibly even your experience, as well as your eagerness or determination to excel, to improve, to find solutions, or see the way through things. But let me pull out an oracle card. And I keep thinking of problem solving, so there could be a lot of problem solving going on during this Leo season, or you're being let know ahead of time that you will be able to excel or be a step ahead of everybody else through you using your creativity, your ingenuity, your problem solving skills. Let me pull out an oracle card to get any last messages, advice, and or guidance for you guys. And we have freedom with Sagittarius spirit, and the key phrase, releasing a bird to fly free, and the message, a wild bird soars on the air, limited only by its wingspan and the weather. Do you need to find bigger adventures or a new life philosophy? Are there limitations on your freedom that need to be acknowledged? Very interesting. I apologize if I read that awkwardly. I'm reading this, what's on the card, upside down. But yeah, it seems like this season you are setting yourself free from something. For a lot of you, it could be that after you stop resisting, that's when you will feel freed or see yourself be set free from something that was indeed holding you back or limiting you. Because I feel like you guys have a lot of untapped potential, or there's this feeling of you could do more, and it's not because you're being asked to do more or because you're not doing enough, because that's not at all the case. It's more like you could expand on something a lot further, or maybe you yourself feel like you could do more with something that you already possess or something that you already know, or you could explore more maybe. But if you haven't done so already, it could be because there are some limitations. Maybe there are time limitations or restrictions, or the environment that you are currently in is not really conducive for like exploration, experimentation, or it doesn't offer you the resources that you need to maybe improve your skills or grow your skill set. And so I feel like this Leo season, you could be getting the opportunity to step into, let's say, an environment or step into a role maybe, or a position that does offer you the resources that you need, or it permits you to branch out, or as mentioned, to do more. I don't really like that expression, but that is what is coming to mind. I wonder if some of you are thinking about becoming a freelancer or becoming self-employed, because I do feel like a lot of you might do well with in freelancing or self-employment, because freedom is making me think also of a remote job. So some of you could be looking into getting a remote job, or maybe some of you already have one, and it seems like during this Leo season you are going to have a little bit more freedom, maybe freedom to work on whatever it is that you want to work on, or the freedom to work from wherever it is that you want to work from. And freedom could also be talking about you freeing yourself from this competitive mindset. I mean, there's nothing wrong with healthy competition, because sometimes that could serve as like good motivation. But if there's constant comparing yourself to others and focusing on being better than the rest rather than focusing on improving yourself or improving your skill, your craft, and enjoying that process of growing, then that could at times create a lot of unnecessary pressure and suck the joy out of the whole process of learning and exploring and experimenting and like developing your skills or expanding on your knowledge or growing as an individual, growing as a professional. So again, that's just something to consider. But yeah, I feel like your spirit team just wants to let you know that you can take something farther, or you can do a lot more with something that maybe you already possess. Yeah, so don't limit yourself, I feel is the advice. Or don't hold yourself back, especially if you are craving for something more or you are yearning to, in a way, spread your wings and take flight or fly higher. Because there's a lot that you can do on your own. That's how it's coming through. The shaman is making me think, oh, there's a glare here, of like self-studying, self-learning, or on practicing something on your free time, developing something on your free time. It's making me think of not exactly waiting for permission from somebody else in order to learn something or improve upon something, or waiting for somebody else to come and teach you. If you can give yourself that permission, and or if you can teach yourself something, yeah, see what resources are available to you, what resources you can get your hands on to help yourself, or to open more doors of opportunity for yourself. Sometimes it is us who needs to take initiative, right? Because if we wait for somebody else to open the door for us, when we have the ability to open the door for ourselves, then we could end up waiting for a while. So, if you can help yourself in certain ways, if it isn't bringing harm to anybody, then you're being advised to go for it. Okay, but let's see. Things I want to point out. Birds, especially black feathered birds, could be of significance. I'm being very drawn to the shaman. So shamanism could be of significance as well. You guys are natural born leaders. Just know that. You're natural born leaders. You could often find yourself in like leadership roles or positions, or people could go to you often for advice, counsel, or you could often end up being the example or an example to others of what to do, how to go about things. Because I see you coming through as someone who is very reliable or hardworking, disciplined. Now, when you say you're going to do something, you do it. You're someone who is quite self-sufficient, especially when it comes to like matters related to work, career. You could be someone who likes to work alone, who doesn't really like to rely on others. Because like I mentioned previously, it feels like you are on a different ball game, or you are someone who has a very specific way of doing things. You like things to be done in a very specific way, or you are very efficient with your time. And so you might get quickly frustrated with people who don't know how to manage their time well, or who lag it a bit. And that's why you might often struggle with working with others, especially others who might not work at your pace or who might not be as reliable. Yeah, so if you ever feel called to start something of your own, I feel like look more into that, because that might actually be something that will align with you quite well, and something that maybe you might feel a little bit more fulfilled in or doing, or you might find that it suits you quite well. Yeah, because then you can, kind of form your own team, select the people you want to work with. Like create your own work environment and set your own standards for your business and so forth. With freedom, this season you could also be feeling a little bit more comfortable with expressing yourself, speaking your mind, and saying no. setting your boundaries. Have any of you heard of remote viewing? If you haven't, I do suggest for you to look more into it if you feel called to do so, because I do see some of you experiencing remote viewing at some point during Leo season. If not that, I do see you astral projecting quite a bit during this Leo season. So if you wake up feeling tired, it could be because you were astral traveling while you were asleep, or you were processing a lot or working through a lot in your dream space. You are a free spirit, group 3. You are a free-spirited individual. At least that's what it's coming through based on the cards. You're quite passionate, and you have an intensity to you. You could feel emotions quite intensely, or you care. Like when you care about something, you care deeply. I don't think you're someone who half-asses things. Once you commit to something, you go all in, which is quite admirable. So if you haven't already, I do hope that very, very soon you find your tribe, you find your people who can meet you at your level and who you can rely on and work amiably with. And I hope you find people who have your same work ethic as well as your level of integrity. Because group 3, you don't have to do everything on your own. You're not expected to do it all and to do it all on your own, okay? But I don't know why I find myself shuffling the deck one more time, so I'm just gonna see what other card. Oh, and we have playfulness with Leo and wisdom, and the message, a litter of puppies tumbles joyfully. Playfulness can make your heart feel full. Have you been having enough fun lately? When and with whom do you find yourself in a joyful mood? If your enjoyment quotient has been low, let your inner child lead the way. So, yeah, remember to enjoy your time, your free time, and to have fun. And yeah, a lot of you could be prioritizing your me time, your alone time, or you could be prioritizing fun, like having fun, enjoying yourself. And with freedom, a lot of you this season could be having more free time, or maybe your work schedule or work hours is going to be a lot more flexible, or you will have the flexibility to decide what it is that you work on, focus on, or invest your time in. And I also feel that this Leo season, you are going to allow for your inner child or your playful childlike essence to come through a little bit more. You could find yourself being a little bit more, I was going to say careless, but what I meant to say is carefree. Because I'm seeing something like someone dancing in public without caring about whether someone or people are watching them or not. It's like they're more focused on enjoying themselves, enjoying their time, and going with the flow. So that was an example, but that's kind of the energy I'm seeing you embodying or being in at some point during Leo season. By the way, if you have animal companions, I do see you spending a lot more quality time with your animal companions. You could even be going on a small trip with them. Some of you could have been born in the year of the dog or the year of the dragon, and if so, this is serving as some kind of confirmation. Some of you could be welcoming a litter of puppies into the world at some point during Leo season. Others of you could be reunited with an old family pet or an old animal friend. If you have a parrot and they talk, they could be delivering an important message to you at some point during Leo season, so pay attention to what they say. Yes, but birds, canines could be of significance. The color red could be of significance and or importance as well. Yeah, but these are all the messages coming through for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you are new to this channel and you wish to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings if you are interested. All the information to that can be found in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. To all of you who took the time to watch the advertisements or just let them play in the background, thank you so much for that, since that is the simplest way to support me and to support this growing channel. So if you did, I truly do appreciate it. And before I sign off, I want to give a thanks to my spirit team and your spirit team, as well as any other being of light that came through, for assisting me with delivering these messages to you. And I'm wishing you and your loved ones a wonderful Leo season. And until the next moment, bye bye.